Hi, I'm Kathy Lincoln. I'm a BERNINA Ambassador, and I'm coming to you from Artistic Artifacts, and we're going to play with pillow blanks today. So, a pillow blank is a pre-made pillow, and it comes so that you can just embellish it and finish it. This is using the designs called Nordic Noel, and in the pillow form paperwork, it gives you everything you need to know about constructing this pillow. And it's really easy because the zipper is already in place. The zipper is in place, so you don't have to add it. You can choose which side you want the zipper to go on. I like it on the bottom, but you can put it on the side, you can put it on the top. Wherever you want to put it, you may put it. So, to get started, we have to use a few other important things. Stabilizer. Now, I really like, for this project, heavyweight cutaway because it's a very dense design, and I need a very strong stabilizer. So, heavyweight cutaway, and I'll show you how to deal with that in a few moments. I have my design sheet. I have my fabric. And I also have my stabilizer already hooped up. Now, because I want to not necessarily hoop my fabric, I am going to use my template. Then I will use a Sharpie, and I will mark the holes here, and then I will lift this off, use my small ruler to draw the lines, connect the dots, and now I'm ready. I'm going to use a little 505. A little is the operative word. You don't want to use a lot. And if for any reason you get a lot on your hoop and your hoop gets gummed up, what you're going to need to do is take some rubbing alcohol, and that will clean up your hoop. You can tell by looking at this hoop that I probably need to do that soon because it's getting a little fuzzy and a little dirty. Now I have folded my fabric into quarters. I am starting with a 12.5-inch square. And this is just whatever size you want to put onto your pillow. Now, you don't even have to use this accent fabric on your pillow. I just kind of liked it. It added another dimension. So, I'm going to now line up my centers. And I'm going to unfold it right along those lines. And I also have put a little pencil mark right here in the middle. It's going to get covered up so no one's going to see it. And that's going to help me line everything up. And I'm also going to use a wonder clip, one of the jumbo wonder clips. I have found that this piece of fabric wants to flip into the design. And it's an unfortunate event when you have your fabric flip under your needle at the wrong time. So, I have my design up. I have put it on my USB stick. I use my pigtail. Now what I'm going to do, because you have to do things in the sequence, is I want to tell it that I want to check the centers. Now it's going to show me where it's going to go, but I really want to check the centers, and I want to make sure that my design is completely centered, and it's not. So I'm going to, wrong direction, move it, and then check to see, still needs to come down a little bit. One little tick. Okay, so now I have my fabric and my design are centered together. And that's important because I want to have the same amount of fabric all the way around the outside when I go to do my trim. So I'm going to close out of there, and I'm going to go to my sewing screen. And the first thing, because this is such a dense design, I want to add a basting box. And so I can do that. And there are two kinds of basting boxes. There's one that goes around the design, and there's one that goes around the outside of the hoop. I want to use the one that goes around the design, because it's a very dense design. I want it fully supported. I'm going to bring up my bobbin thread. Okay. And I'm going to start. Yes, I do have those things. Make sure. So this basting box is just around the design. It is going to keep everything very, very stable. Now, I'm going to get this design going, but then I'm going to show you some other stuff, because this design is going to take 162 minutes. So obviously in the next half hour it's not going to be finished. Okay, there it is.
Got it.
Now this is the there we go. Okay, it is now started, and I'm just gonna let it do its thing while I show you the rest of this process. I should talk about the thread I'm using. I'm using a combination of Polyfast and Splendor, because they look the same. They're different fibers, but I needed different colors. And so I'm going to use both Polyfast and Splendor. And I am using Deco Bob in the bobbin, because I don't want to have to wind my bobbin any more than I absolutely have to. And since no one's ever going to see the back side of this, I don't really care that it's a different color. So, and then I'm going to be using Designer over here when I'm doing the construction. So, after you finish your design, you have your piece, and then you have to get rid of this cutaway. Well, to do that, we are going to cut it away. But you have to be careful. You don't want to actually cut your fabric. So I'm just going to cut around it, but I'm pulling it up so that I am not anywhere near my fabric. Because if you cut your fabric, then you have to start all over again. And that's an unfortunate experience. long as I just put my hand between the fabric and the stabilizer, and that works as well as just pulling it away. Okay. Excess stabilizer. Now what I would do is I would trim it to the size I wanted. What I did was I had 3 inches on either side and 1.5 inches on either on the top and the bottom. And then you just take it to your iron and press the edges under. And then you can put it on top of your pillow blanket. And now we need to attach this. And to do that, I am going to use what's called a triple straight stitch. It is a construction stitch that is rather pretty. On this one, this sample, I used a contrasting thread. What I'm going to use on this sample is a matching thread, so you can see how it goes together. So I'm using my number 10. Actually number 10D. And I'm using stitch number 6, which is the triple stitch. And I have moved my needle over to -4. And I'm going to run this flange right along the edge of my fabric. Now the triple stitch is going to go back and forth. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to guide the fabric. You are not going to push or pull. And you will have noticed that I have pinned where I don't have to take the pins out. Except there's going to be one I'm going to have to pull. I also have the machine set for needle down, so when I stop, I can
We have a question, why triple stitch?
Because I like the look of it. It's a decorative stitch. It is also a strong construction stitch. If you look at your jeans, you'll see that they use a contrasting thread to the orange or yellow or red, and that's a triple stitch. So it's used in construction, but it also can be used decoratively. I just like the look of it. And because this is the Bernina, I have total control, and I can do 1 stitch at a time. I could have used a blanket stitch. I could have used any number of stitches to put this down. I just like the triple stitch. think I broke a thread. Let me raise up my needle. Back in business. Pick up where I left off. Okay. That is done. So now what I would need to do is find a zipper, trim up all my threads because we don't like messy stuff. And this is the time to put the threads to the inside. Now I'm going to pin my corners together. If you forget to trim your threads, you do have a zipper. You can go in the inside, or you can just ignore them. Because the inside, no one's going to ever see it.
Kathy, the comment was made that with the other machine going, you just need to speak up just a little bit.
Okay, I will. So now I'm going to go back to a straight stitch to finish the, I'm just going to go to a straight stitch. It now has put it back to where the needle is the center. I am now going to move it back over. And I'm going to use my number 10 again. And I need to start over here. This is where the zipper is. So I don't have to sew this side. I only have to sew the 3 other sides.
Kathy, you're stitching on the outside. You're not turning it inside out.
No, I'm not turning it inside out. It is designed to actually be stitched this way. it gives you a really nice, when you put your pillow form in, a really nice kind of like flange.
There's a question that could you sew it right sides together then turn?
Yes, but you would take a smaller pillow form, and you will have a, you may need to do some trimming on the inside to reduce the bulk. But yes, you can do whatever you want with your pillow form. You're in charge of your pillow form. Okay, so now it is done. Now there's two ways of getting a pillow form. You can make it yourself or you can buy it. They are very inexpensive, and I think it's just easier to buy them. Especially if it's a standard size, and this is a standard size. So now it's done. We've gone from this stage to this stage, and then there is the other one which has the contrasting stitching on it. This set of designs has quite a few really nice designs in them. It has various Santa Clauses, it has nutcrackers, it has a snowman, it has like a little troll, Santa, and then it has borders. Yes, and I used the same designs to make the stocking, one of the stockings that we are going to auction off for a good cause. Fun stuff. Also, I need to tell you, this month starts the holiday promotion for OESD. If you spend $79 on designs and product with them, you will get a free set of designs. This month's free set of designs is Warm and Cozy Greetings. There's gift tags, there's cards, there's ornaments. There are 18 different designs to be used however you choose, and there is instructions for each of the projects in here. So that's 18 designs, projects, and wonderful stuff for free when you spend $79. And there is a link on our BERNINA webpage that takes you right there.
You had mentioned the feet sale. The feet sale.
Oh yes, if you are local and you want to come in person, all our feet are now 25% off. We have to adjust our prices because we are going online to sell feet October 1st. And so instead of having to remark everything, we're going to let you have it at a discount so that you can help us with our inventory. And if you buy $250 worth of feet, you will get the really lovely luggage, the
Accessory case.
accessory case, which holds everything. So,
That's in-store only?
in-store only because
And in stock only?
in stock only, yes. That went out in the local email newsletter yesterday. But this is number 10D. It's one of my favorite feet. I have used it here before. I'm using the number 15 on the 770 over here. I kind of like the 15 better than the 26, which is the teardrop that comes with your embroidery machine. I think it gets a better stitch. And our late tech, Fred Atkins, always swore by the number 15. So there's a lot of opportunities. The circle tool is the foot of the month. It's a wonderful tool. It is so much fun. I have made clock faces with it. I have decorated all kinds of tote bags with it. There's a lot of things you can do with it, and especially that, it can be treated like embroidery, but you don't have to have an embroidery module to do it. So, let's see, have I covered everything? Are there any more questions?
Lots of thank yous, great project.
Okay, have fun. This is a great gift. It's also a great seasonal decoration. You can use both sides of it. There are two sides. You can make one side winter and one side spring. You can do whatever you want. Have fun with it. Have a great day and keep on embroidering.